Hi. I always tell my clients, you should get outside the comfort zone. And well, it's easy to say, it's not as easy to do, right? Recently, I took a class online called the Speaking Academy, and I just wanted to improve storytelling and being able to share great stories online. And so I took this program and I took it with Eric Edmeades. I'd been to Mind Valley a few years ago in Tallinn, Estonia. And when I went there, I saw Eric on stage and he was really dynamic. And I thought to myself, ooh, I'd really like to take that program. And the next year I'd signed up actually when I was there, but circumstances, life, it just didn't work out. It was pretty expensive. So I asked for a refund the following year. And recently, a couple weeks ago, the opportunity came up again. And he was actually teaching the Speaking Academy online. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. The timing was perfect. Everything just kind of lined up. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this, right? And I didn't really think much about it. But I don't know about you, a lot of people have a lot of fear around public speaking and like paralyzing death fear, right? And so the night before I took this program, I was having this dream. I couldn't sleep all night. And I don't know, I just had a lot of anxiety, a lot of energy going on. And I was kind of surprised because I didn't think it's just a course online, right? About public speaking, no big deal. But the night before I wasn't sleeping and I had this dream. This dream was crazy. I had this dream that I was driving as fast as I could down this freeway. And there was a car to my left and I was driving as fast as I could. And all of a sudden there was a turn like in the road and there was a huge mountain beside us. So it was kind of like along this mountain trail. And we were driving along. I didn't know who the other driver was, but I was driving as fast as I could. And all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, this like red Corvette came. And it was this fast, like sports car. And all of a sudden, it cuts me off. And I look up and my car like goes over the edge. And it's this huge ravine. And I don't know if you've had that feeling where you're like half asleep and you're half awake. And I'm like, that fear inside of you, you go over the edge and I'm like, man, and I'm half awake and I'm half asleep and I'm like, this is a really weird dream. And so the car is like going over the edge. And if you ever like had that floating feeling where you're like going over the edge and you can't feel like what's going on, it's like this, all the time stops and you're like, holy cow, am I gonna die? Am I gonna die today? But of course I knew I was dreaming, but I was like, what is this dream all about? And it was really interesting because the next morning I'm like, wow, like, am I that fearful of like public speaking? This was crazy. And the course was amazing and I'm really glad I took it, but it was like such a crazy dream. And I'm like, okay, so the meaning I attached to it was like that feeling like you have to take the leap, okay? Sometimes you just have to take the leap and have that feeling of uncomfortableness and make it happen. And so that's where I was with this dream. It was like, holy cow, I'm gonna die, or do you take the leap of faith? And so whatever you're looking at, whatever you're thinking of doing, sometimes it's a little uncomfortable. Sometimes you get that feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm jumping over the edge. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's like time stands still. But it's okay. You just need to let go and trust everything's gonna be okay. I leave you with this because it's super fun to be able to experience something that you're so fearful of, but yet overcome it and then be able to create something magical on the other end. And I always found that every time that I'm super frustrated or get that feeling of unknowingness or just free falling, that something amazing is always on the other end. So if you have a little bit of fear right now, don't worry, something magical is going to be happening. So if you have some time, I'm super excited. I'm working on this program and it's called Energized Results because over the past few years, I have been really looking at how do you integrate spirituality, your mindset, and like aligned action to be able to get the results that you want in your life. Whether it's in your health, your vitality, relationships, financial. And so I can't wait to share this program. It's going to be launching very shortly. And if you want to go check out the site, it's energizedresults.com. And I can't wait to share with you some more exciting stuff. Thanks. Bye.